Madam President, I also wish to, at this time, discuss the security in the Middle East and to offer my support for Israel. Israel is an important foundation of stability and democracy in the Middle East. The resolution of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict is important not only to the peace and security of the Middle East, but also to the rest of the world. The United States and Israel share common principles and a strong commitment to eradicate terrorism and secure a better future for the world. Israel has been a steadfast ally of the United States, and I assure you the United States will stand ready to assist our friends, the Israelis, to promote peace, defeat terrorism, and prevent hostile countries that sponsor terrorism from obtaining nuclear weapons. With hopes for peace and a two-state solution, Israel evacuated all of its citizens and soldiers from Gaza in 2005, including the uprooting of homes, schools, and places of worship. Unfortunately and regrettably, following these actions, the Palestinians failed to develop fully the Gaza Strip and voted into power Hamas, a terrorist organization supported by Iran, and those whose true objective is to eradicate the State of Israel. Following years where terror groups in Gaza have launched rockets at Israel targeting the Israeli civilian population, it became clear that it was time for action. And after Hamas failed to renew its self-imposed ceasefire, one it frankly had never enforced fully, Israel was forced to take appropriate action to protect her citizens. To that end, Israel has responded appropriately. The U.S.-Israel alliance remains more critical than ever as Israel defends her people and works to end the threat posed from terrorist groups on its borders. The United States and Israel face an unprecedented array of shared threats, from Iran developing a nuclear program with unclear intentions and a clear track record of deceit, to the expanding military capabilities of terrorist groups like Hamas and Hezbollah, which are supported by Iran. And security and stability in the Middle East, especially for our ally Israel, has never been more precarious. I do hope that this conflict will soon come to a peaceful conclusion. Nevertheless, and let me be clear, Israel has every right to defend its citizens while taking precautions to the extent possible to spare the civilian population in Gaza and reduce collateral damage. I urge the people of Gaza to reject Hamas and surrender the terrorist rockets in the most expedient manner to facilitate ending this necessary action by Israel. Israel remains committed to peace talks with the Palestinian Authority, despite Hamas's constant bombardment of Israel and its ineffective control over the Gaza Strip. In order to improve the prospects for successful and lasting peace between the Israelis and Palestinians, it is necessary for all Palestinians to work together towards a solution. This cannot be done while Hamas is allowed to rain terror into southern Israel. I encourage the Palestinian Authority in the West Bank to form a legitimate and authoritative body which can speak for all of Palestine, effect change, and exercise control over terrorists who reside in their territory. I commend President Abbas for taking part in the international discussions about the situation in Gaza. I support the necessary requirements of any ceasefire which Secretary Rice discussed before the United Nations. Hamas must end the rocket, mortar, and other attacks on Israel. And Israel can then cease its military offensive and reopen Gaza's border crossings so that Palestinians can benefit from humanitarian goods and basic supplies. Most importantly, the smuggling of weapons into Gaza through hundreds of illegal tunnels must end. The Arab states in the region, especially Egypt, should be a part of this process, and I encourage the Palestinians to seek their guidance and support, and in return for them to offer guidance, political, and financial support. Madam President, with that, I would yield the floor.